Well, it's been another tense day for the Aussie dollar, which is still sitting below 62 US cents. But it did briefly drop as low as 61.7 overnight, levels that were last seen during the early days of COVID. And there's a real risk it could fall towards 60 cents, especially if the US dollar continues to strengthen, which largely depends on what Donald Trump decides to do with his tariffs and trade wars against other countries. And it's not only the greenback it's doing terribly against. These are the countries that Australians visited the most last year, and the Aussie dollar has fallen sharply against all of them. So it's kind of a bummer if you're about to fly overseas. But it did do relatively okay against New Zealand, as the Kiwis are in recession again. Meanwhile, Star Entertainment is not doing okay. Its share price has crashed to 11 cents, which is a new record low, as it's still running very low on cash and at risk of collapse. The banks also fell today, while mining stocks jumped. And the net result was the All Ords dropping 0.4% today. But for the week, it's actually up slightly by 0.4%. Overseas, Asian markets fell while Britain's FTSE jumped, and US markets were closed because it was a national day of mourning for Jimmy Carter. And in commodities, the price of iron ore slipped while gold and oil rose. Now, just finally, the household spending data for November has come out, and there was a big rise in the amount spent on recreation and culture, which the ABS actually said was helped by the release of new films like Wicked, Moana 2 and Gladiator 2. And apparently, that's culture.